Want to stop being broke and start building real wealth? What's holding you back from your first $10,000? Making your first $10,000 might feel like the hardest thing in the world, but once you do it, everything starts to shift. I know because I've been there. That initial 10K wasn't just about having extra money in the bank. It was a turning point. It proved to me that making money wasn't some mystical thing reserved for lucky people or geniuses. It was a skill. A learnable, repeatable skill. And once I cracked the code the first time, I realized I could do it again and again. From there, it wasn't long before I was scaling that skill into something much bigger, real, lasting wealth. So if I had to start all over again from zero, no money, no connections, here's exactly what I'd do to make that first $10,000. And trust me, it's a lot simpler than most people think. The biggest mistake beginners make? They overcomplicate the process. They get pulled into hype, crypto, day trading, the next big investment trend, just because their friends made a quick buck or some guru on the internet promised overnight riches. But here's the truth. Those methods aren't designed for people just starting out. They require big upfront capital, and in most cases, a fair amount of luck. You're essentially gambling with money you probably can't afford to lose. That's not a smart way to build your foundation. When you're at the beginning of your financial journey, you don't need gambling. You need stability. You need something that takes very little money to get started, but gives you steady returns. Something that actually puts cash in your pocket every day. That's how you build momentum. That's how you grow not only your income, but your confidence. So forget trying to hit it big overnight. Instead, focus on building a skill-based side hustle or service that solves real problems. Think about it. Almost every sustainable income stream comes down to providing value to others. That value could be in the form of a service, like editing videos, writing content, designing graphics, or managing social media. Or maybe you're offering an in-person service like tutoring, delivery, or car washing. The point is, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to pick something simple, start small, and take consistent action. This approach works because it doesn't rely on massive investment. It relies on your time, your effort, and your willingness to learn. And the beauty of it is that once you make that first 10K, you'll have more than just money. You'll have proof. Proof that you can create value, solve problems, and earn for yourself. And once you've done that, you'll never look at money the same way again. The first $10,000, it's the hardest. But once you get there, it unlocks everything. You'll stop chasing the hype and start building real, repeatable income, and eventually, real wealth. When you tune out all the noise and distractions about getting rich quick or chasing the next big thing, the truth is simple. There are really only 4 practical ways to make your first serious money. I've personally tested all of them, and I can tell you, choosing the right one, especially in the beginning, is absolutely critical. Some of these options give you faster cash. Others offer more long-term scalability. Your decision depends on where you are right now and what your short-term goals are. Let's start with one of the most overlooked, yet incredibly effective paths: selling in-person services. You've likely heard about these before, but don't dismiss them just because they sound basic. Personal training, delivery driving, babysitting, lawn care, house cleaning, tutoring, and freelance videography are all great examples. These services may seem simple, but that's exactly their strength. They are real, useful, and in constant demand. And best of all, they get you paid immediately. Unlike many online ventures that require you to set up accounts, build websites, or wait for clients to find you, in-person services allow you to start earning money right away. The startup cost is minimal. In most cases, all you need is a basic skill and perhaps a few tools or supplies to get going. There's no need for flashy branding, expensive equipment, or social media followers. The key is to take action fast. A common mistake people make is over-preparing before they've even made a dollar. They waste time building a website, creating logos, setting up ads, or designing business cards. Don't fall into that trap. If you're serious about making money quickly, The best thing you can do is get out into your community and start offering your service to real people. Knock on doors, post in local Facebook groups, hand out flyers at the gym or coffee shop, whatever it takes to land your first paying customer. Now, it's true that in-person services have limitations. You're usually confined to your local area, and you can only serve one customer at a time. This means your income is capped by your time and energy. As your schedule fills up, you may start to feel like you're hitting a ceiling. That's okay. The point is to use this as a launch pad, a fast and accessible way to build confidence, generate capital, and learn how to deliver value. If you're just starting out and need cash flow quickly, selling in-person services is one of the smartest, most practical moves you can make. It's real, it's fast, and it works. That brings us to option 2, selling local products. This means offering physical goods within your local community. Things like home-baked goods, handmade crafts, custom artwork, jewelry, candles, soaps, knitted items, or even fresh produce from your garden. On the surface, this can seem like an ideal side hustle, especially if you enjoy creating things with your hands or already have a hobby that could turn into a source of income. And in many ways, it is a great way to make money, but only under the right conditions. One of the main challenges with selling local products is that it usually takes time to see meaningful results. Unlike services, where you can earn money right after completing a task, product-based businesses often involve more steps: creating the product, packaging it, promoting it, delivering it, and dealing with returns or customer feedback. There's a time and energy cost to every transaction, and that can add up quickly. That's a common story when it comes to local product selling. You may enjoy the creative process, but you'll likely discover that your earnings are significantly reduced once you factor in the cost of materials, packaging, and time. Worse, your customer base is extremely limited. You're not reaching the world, you're reaching a small community, and there may not be enough people willing to pay premium prices to make it a viable long-term income stream. That said, selling local products isn't without value. For people who love creating and want to make some extra income doing something they enjoy, this can be incredibly fulfilling. It's a great way to get your feet wet in the world of business and learn the fundamentals of pricing, marketing, and customer interaction. Plus, there's something deeply rewarding about selling a physical item you made yourself and seeing someone appreciate it in person. So while this may not be the fastest or most scalable path to your first $10,000, it can absolutely be worth pursuing if your goal is passion-driven rather than profit-driven. Just go into it with clear expectations. You'll likely need to invest time and money up front, and returns may be modest at first. But if you love what you're doing, that in itself can be a valuable reward. Option 3 is selling global products, and it opens up an entirely different level of opportunity. Unlike in-person services or local products that limit you to a specific area, global products let you tap into a massive audience. This includes ventures like launching a clothing brand, starting a drop-shipping store, reselling sneakers, offering print-on-demand merchandise, and more. The key advantage? You're no longer confined to your neighborhood or city. Anyone, anywhere in the world can become your customer. That wider reach is what makes this route so exciting. When you sell global products, you're operating in a digital marketplace where the earning potential is virtually unlimited. But here's the part that most people don't talk about. It's not an overnight success story. In fact, it usually starts off slow. When you begin selling physical or digital products globally, you often find yourself reinvesting every penny of your profits back into inventory. You sell 10 items? Great, but now you need to buy 20 more to keep up with demand. This creates a frustrating loop where your money is constantly tied up in restocking. You might be running a business, but it doesn't always feel like you're making money, because that cash is always going right back into your next batch of products. So, is it worth it? Absolutely, but only if you have the patience and discipline to push through the slow beginning. You need to be prepared to go 1 to 3 months before things really start taking off. The good news is that once you reach that point, Global product sales can become one of the most passive and scalable ways to make money. With systems in place and demand built up, you can be making sales in your sleep. Now let's move on to option 4, which might just be the best one for beginners: selling online services. This wasn't something I could have done when I first started out, but today, the internet makes it easier than ever. There are countless online services you can offer: copywriting, video editing, running ads, designing thumbnails, managing social media accounts, building websites. The list goes on. Selling services online offers the best of both worlds. Like global products, you can serve clients anywhere in the world. But unlike products, you don't need to worry about manufacturing costs, shipping, or restocking. And the margins, they're far better. With products, you might make a 20-25% profit margin, and most of that needs to be reinvested. With services, you can keep 70-75% of what you earn, making it a much leaner and faster path to cash. Plus, you can start making money from day one. All you need is a skill and a willingness to put yourself out there. In summary, all 4 options are valid ways to earn your first $10,000, especially as a student. But if your goal is to make money fast, with minimal startup costs and high profit margins, selling online services is by far the smartest choice. So, you've decided that selling online services is your best shot at making your first $10,000. Great choice. It's one of the most accessible, scalable, and high-margin paths available today, especially for students or anyone starting with limited resources. But now the real question becomes, what service should you offer? To figure that out, start by asking yourself 3 simple but powerful questions. 1. What are you really good at? 2. What do you genuinely enjoy learning about or doing? 3. What problems do businesses consistently struggle with? The magic happens where your answers to those 3 questions overlap. That's your sweet spot. The service that not only fits your skill set and passions, but also serves a real in-demand market need. Too many people overthink this stage. They believe they have to be perfect at a skill before ever offering it to others. They'll spend months, even years, practicing, tweaking, and hesitating, always waiting for the right time to launch. But here's the truth. That mindset is totally backwards. If you want to make progress quickly, you need to get real-world experience as soon as possible. The market is the best teacher you'll ever have. So instead of obsessing over perfection, take action. Start offering your services at below market rates. That way, clients are more willing to take a chance on you, and you can begin building your portfolio, gaining testimonials, and improving through hands-on work. Your goal in the beginning should be to earn and learn at the same time. But once you've started offering your service, how do you actually grow it into something substantial? Something that can generate $10,000 and beyond? That's where the skill pyramid comes in. This is a simple framework made up of 4 elements. When you master all 4, you don't just become a skilled freelancer, you become a high-value problem solver. But miss even one of these elements, and you'll find yourself stuck, working hard but never breaking through. So let's dive into each level of the pyramid. 1. Positioning. Not all online services are created equal. It's not just what you do, it's how you position it. Most people offer generic services. I'll write you a blog post, or I'll edit your video. That's fine, but it won't make you real money. The big money is in offering a service that helps businesses make more money. Why? Because businesses think about spending very differently than individuals. If a business is making $40,000 a month, spending $2,000 to fix a bottleneck or improve results isn't seen as a cost. It's an investment. If you can position your service as a revenue-driving solution, they'll happily pay you well. Take video editing as an example. Instead of offering basic editing to random YouTubers, what if you positioned yourself as a video editor for e-commerce brands who want to create scroll-stopping product ads? Now, your work isn't just a creative output, it's a tool for increasing their sales. That's how you start charging premium prices. Or maybe you're a copywriter. Rather than writing low-cost blog posts, you could specialize in optimizing landing pages to boost conversions. Again, It's not about doing more work. It's about aligning your work with what clients care about most: revenue. Also, keep in mind that certain industries simply have more money to spend. Positioning yourself in a profitable niche, like health, finance, tech, or real estate, can make it easier to land higher-paying clients faster. 2. Leverage. The second element of the pyramid is leverage. You'll never hit $10,000 just by working harder. At some point, you have to stop thinking in terms of effort and start thinking in terms of value. Most beginners charge by the hour. That might seem logical, but it keeps you stuck. Clients become overly focused on keeping your hours down, and your income is tied directly to your time. You'll burn out before you hit your goals. Instead, start charging based on results or value delivered. Let's say you run Facebook ads. If you charge per hour, clients are going to micromanage your time. But if you charge a percentage of the revenue your ads generate, or a flat fee tied to campaign performance, suddenly the conversation changes. The client isn't worried about how long something takes. They're focused on how much money your work brings in. The same goes for services like social media management. If all you do is schedule posts and reply to comments, you're replaceable. But if you can show that your strategy brings in more engagement, more leads, or more sales, you become a valuable asset. And businesses always pay well for assets that increase their bottom line. 3. Reach. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they always have to chase clients. That's exhausting and unsustainable. From the very beginning, you should be thinking about how to make clients come to you. This is much easier than you think. Start by sharing your work online, on platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or even Reddit. If you design thumbnails, show before and after comparisons and explain why your design improved click-through rate. If you write sales copy, post short case studies showing how it boosted conversion rates. If you edit videos, showcase the transformation with side-by-side clips. Even if you're just starting out, documenting your learning process and sharing what you're working on builds visibility. You never know who's watching. A designer once posted his hobby work on TikTok just for fun. His design started gaining traction, and soon he was flooded with inquiries. Today, he runs a full-time freelance business. Not because he chased clients, but because he attracted them. That's the power of reach. 4. Automation. Last, but absolutely crucial, is automation. This isn't about complex tech systems or robots. It's about one simple truth: reliability beats talent. Most freelancers don't fail because they're not good. They fail because they're disorganized, late, and unreliable. Clients don't just want skilled people. They want people they can count on. And if you can be the person who always communicates clearly, delivers on time, and keeps things running smoothly, you'll stand out in a sea of flaky freelancers. The best way to stay on top of your work is to use tools. A simple CRM, customer relationship management system, can help you manage conversations, deadlines, files, invoices, and follow-ups, all in one place. They make you look professional, help you stay organized, and free up your brain for more important tasks like delivering results and growing your business. In summary, making your first $10,000 with online services is not just about finding a skill. It's about mastering the 4 layers of the skill pyramid, positioning yourself in a market where the money is, leveraging your value instead of your time, expanding your reach so clients come to you, creating systems and automation so you stay consistent and reliable. Focus on these and you won't just hit your first $10,000. You'll build the foundation for a high-income, freedom-driven career. The opportunity is wide open. You just need to take the first step. Once you've started earning real money, there's one crucial piece of advice that can save you years of regret. Don't waste it. It might be tempting to splurge on supercars, designer clothes, expensive nights out, or flashy tech, but until you've got at least $1 million sitting safely in your bank or investment accounts, spending like the rich will only keep you from ever becoming truly wealthy. There's a difference between being rich and being wealthy, and it's more than just a matter of income. Rich people often look successful because they spend everything they make. They buy flashy items to showcase their success, but they're not building anything that lasts. The wealthy, on the other hand, play a very different game. They use their money to create more money. They build, invest, and multiply their income streams. So what should you do with your first real earnings, especially that crucial first $10,000? The answer is simple. Start investing. Use that first 10K not to show off, but to lay the foundation of lifelong financial growth. Here's how to do it smartly and sustainably. 1. High-interest savings account, your emergency fund. 2. Index funds, the long-term wealth builder. 3. Individual stocks, for learning. 4. Cryptocurrency, high risk, high reward. Treat crypto as a small, speculative portion of your portfolio, never the core. If you truly want to grow your wealth, let your first $10,000 be your launchpad, not your reward. Use it wisely and let it build the life you really want. If you found this helpful and want more tips on making money, building wealth, and creating a life of financial freedom, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let's grow together. Your future self will thank you.